House Bar and Grill here in Montgomery. I'm Greg Shoemaker for Tri-State Football, and joining me on stage right now to talk about their 2012 season are the Madeira Mustangs. To my right, head coach Mike Schaefer. Next to him, number 10, starting quarterback Zach Jansen. And in the corner, offensive lineman Will Stewart. To my left, Andrew McDoulan. And next to him in the corner, number 69, Mr. Colin Buckner. And Coach, great year last year, 10-0. Then you had to go play CHCA again, and it just sputtered out. What happened there?
You know, when you play a good team like that and well coached in a playoff situation, I think, you know, the season starts over, and they played better than us that night, and then unfortunately it was a situation when you're one and done in the playoffs. So, you know, it doesn't take away from the 10 wins and a lot of the first we had. You know, the first undefeated regular season, the third ever league championship, and first home playoff game. So, you know, obviously it's very disappointing anytime you lose in the playoffs, but, you know, I think, you know, there was big expectations, and we learned from it.
Yeah, you talk about learning from it. Sometimes the team that comes in after a team with great expectations, that senior class, it tends to excel. How's this team looked in the preseason, and what kind of leadership are you going to get from these guys?
You know, I think that, you know, after that loss, they've been hungry. They've done a great job in the weight room with their attendance, you know, and on and off the field being leaders. I think they realize that, you know, we talk about there's not that margin of error when you're in the playoffs. So, first of all, we got to get back there. You know, we want to win the league championship and get back to the playoffs, and I think they'll use that experience to hopefully move us along in the playoffs this year.
Start off the season, you're playing CHCA in the crosstown. I think you got Claremont Northeastern, and who else do you have on your North College Hill? Well, that's a good game matchup too. Now you got two teams that you could potentially face again in the playoffs. Talk a little bit about. I know Eric Taylor, head coach over there, said I don't think you guys are going to play again in the future. How are you going to structure your non-conference schedule moving forward?
You know, we haven't really thought about that, you know, too far advanced. We both, Eric and I, Coach Taylor, did not have a week one, and it was kind of ironic. We didn't decide to play each other until about 1 week before the playoff game last year. So, you know, after this year, we'll go back and look. The week 2 and 3 are set, and we'll just have to find a week one after this season.
Sounds good. And then you look at you lose a lot of offensive production last year. You lose Bodner, you lose Roop. Who's going to be the guys that replace those guys and start filling some of those shoes?
No, I think that obviously we have Zach coming back as a 3-year starter, which is a big key in our offense. You know, the quarterback has to know a lot and do a lot. And then we have Will Stewart coming back as a line to anchor the line and kind of be the leader. We were fortunate enough to have a big senior class, 18 seniors, so we actually will probably start 5 seniors on the offensive line again this year. You know, so a lot of those guys were backups and got a lot of reps in practice. And so I think, you know, up front, you know, even though we lost 4 or 5, we're in pretty good shape. And then Timmy James will take over the main running back duty that Isaac had last year. And then I think overall we had a lot of young guys that played some JV that we can play at wide receiver. I think we may be more balanced this year. We might not have someone like Joe that could score every time he touches it, but I think from side to side we'll be more balanced.
Sounds good. Well, let's take it over to your right, quarterback Zach Jansen, and what a career Zach's had. 16-2 as a starter at the varsity level. Went undefeated as one of 4 high school quarterbacks that we cover out of our 144 teams that goes into 2012 with an undefeated season under center under his belt. And 40 touchdown passes, one of just 5 quarterbacks to do that out of the 144 teams we cover. So, Zach, congratulations, A, on a great career, and you know, looking at 2012, what can you do to make yourself even better?
I just got to go out there and work hard and just push my teammates to do better.
When you look at a team last year, you got leaders like Roop, and you really haven't had to be a leader yet on this team. I mean, there's been great leaders when you were a sophomore, now as a junior. How's your role as a leader had changed this year?
Hasn't really changed a lot from what like last year seniors did. So I'm just trying to push new things and just get them working hard.
Sounds good. Let's go over here to Will Stewart. And Will, the big offensive lineman, you learned a lot from Coach Williamson, or being next to Williamson last year on the offensive line. You know, you haven't got any Division I offers yet, right? Am I correct?
Right.
But I'm sure they're knocking on your door. What are college coaches telling you about playing at the next level?
You know, I think I have a pretty good chance. It's kind of a wait-and-see game right now. They want to get the game from the first couple games and then go from there.
Coach was telling us about you're going to start 5 seniors on the defensive line. Who else is going to be up there with you? And tell us a little bit about how you guys are shaping up right now.
Right now I'm at left tackle, and Nick Wainscott's at right tackle. And the middle it's pretty open. We got a lot of guys going in, a lot of guys getting reps, and nobody, since we brought back so many seniors the previous years, everybody's hungry to get playing time this year since it's their one real year to play, so everybody's in there getting ready to go.
When you look at your offense this year, give me a couple words that you think will describe what the Mustangs are going to do.
Fast-paced, explosive.
Sounds good. Let's go to the other side of the football where it is very explosive. To my left right here, Andrew McDoulan, third-team All-Ohio member as a junior. Very good season last year, over 150 total tackles, 12 sacks. Congratulations on a great junior season. And, you know, again, much like Will, you're one of those guys that are sort of on the borderline of playing college football. What are those coaches telling you right now? Turn it up. There you go.
Pretty much just keep working hard. They want to see how I do this season, see if I do as good as last year, and then we're going to go from there.
You guys did a pretty good job last season stopping some high-powered offenses like North College Hill. Talk a little bit about why you were so successful last year, and what are you going to do this year to become successful again?
We usually work really, really hard, and just kind of everybody really kind of goes hard. And,
Looking at your in front of you guys, obviously a lot of your key to your success is the pressure your guys get up front. Who's up front on the defensive line that puts that pressure on the ball?
It's going to be me, Colin, Will, and then Daniel Jacobs.
Sounds good. Let's talk to Colin Buckner, 3-year starter now for you over at Madeira.
Yes, I am.
Now, what's it like playing for Coach Schaefer for those years?
Well, I've only played for him for about 3 years so far, and we've had great success with everything we've done so far, and looking forward to my last year being with him and doing well.
Being that you started as a sophomore and now you're starting as a senior, how's the game changed for you?
Throughout the years, I've just figured out like what game pace is, and I've got adjusted more to how we have to win games, and we just know I know what I need to do more often, and we expect to do that more this season.
Sounds good. Now, before I let you go, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Will, but on the defensive side of the ball. Give me some words that are going to describe what the Madeira defense is going to be like this year.
We're going to be fast, we're going to be high-powered, we're going to fly the ball, and speed's definitely on our side this year.
There you go, guys. The Madeira Mustangs. Let's give them a big round of applause.